Section 1. Introduction to Git. Git is a powerful tool for software developers. It is a version control system. This means it tracks changes to your code. You can go back to previous versions. This is helpful if you make mistakes. It also helps teams work together. Imagine working on a project. You write lines of code. Git keeps track of every addition and change. This history of changes is saved in a repository. Think of this like a project's timeline. You can see how the project evolved. Git is not just for code. You can use it for any type of file. It is very useful for text-based files. This includes code, scripts, and text documents. Git is less effective for binary files like images or videos. Many developers use Git. It's a valuable skill to learn. This guide will teach you the basics of Git. You will learn how to install it and use basic commands. Let's get started. Section 2. Understanding key Git concepts. Before using Git, it's important to grasp some core concepts. One key concept is the staging area. Think of this as a prep zone for your changes. Before saving to the repository, you add changes to the staging area. Another crucial term is branch. Imagine a tree with branches. In Git, branches are like separate lines of development. You can work on new features without affecting the main project. Merging is another important concept. This is how you combine changes from different branches. For example, after finishing a new feature on a separate branch, you would merge it back into the main branch. Understanding these key concepts will make your Git journey smoother. Let's move on to installing Git on your computer. This will allow you to start using it for your own projects. Section 3. Git installation, a step-by-step guide. Installing Git is straightforward. For macOS, the easiest way is using Homebrew. Open your terminal and type. Homebrew will download and install Git for you. For Windows users, download the installer from the official Git website, https://git-scm.com/. Run the installer and follow the on-screen instructions. Choose the default options for a standard installation. Once installed, you can verify by opening your terminal or command prompt. Type. This should display the installed Git version. If it does, congratulations. You have successfully installed Git. Now you're ready to start using Git. Remember, mastering Git takes practice. Don't be afraid to experiment. There are many online resources and tutorials available to help you along the way. Section 4. Getting started with Git. Let's dive into some basic Git commands. First, you need to tell Git your name and email address. Open your terminal or command prompt and enter the following commands, replacing the placeholders with your information. Git config, global user, name your name, git config, global user. Email your .email at example.com. Now let's create a new Git repository. Navigate to your project folder in the terminal using the command. Then type. This initializes a new Git repository in your project folder. You'll notice a hidden folder named in your project directory. This folder stores all the Git-related information and history. Don't modify or delete this folder directly. Now you can start tracking changes to your project files. This is the first step in using Git for version control. Branches are a fundamental part of Git. They allow you to create separate lines of development. This is useful for working on new features, bug fixes, or experiments without affecting the main project. To list all branches, use the command. You'll see an asterisk next to the currently active branch, usually the main branch. To create a new branch, use. Replace with your desired branch name. To switch to a different branch, use. Now any changes you make will be isolated to this branch. You can freely experiment without impacting the main branch. Branches promote a flexible and organized workflow. They are essential for collaborating on projects and managing different aspects of your codebase. Merging is the process of combining changes from different branches. This is typically done when you finish working on a feature branch and want to integrate it back into the main branch. First, switch to the branch you want to merge into, for example. Then, use the command to merge the changes from the specified branch. If there are no conflicts, Git will automatically integrate the changes. If conflicts arise, Git will prompt you to resolve them manually. This involves editing the affected files to choose the desired changes. Once resolved, you need to stage and commit the changes to finalize the merge. Now, your main branch includes the changes from the feature branch. Git and GitHub are often used interchangeably, but they are distinct tools. Git is a local version control system installed on your computer. GitHub is a web-based platform that hosts Git repositories. Think of GitHub as a remote backup and collaboration hub for your Git repositories. You can push your local Git repositories to GitHub to store them remotely. This allows others to access and collaborate on your project. GitHub provides additional features like issue tracking, project management tools, and a graphical interface for interacting with Git repositories. While Git is essential for version control, GitHub enhances collaboration and project management. Many other similar platforms exist, such as GitLab and Bitbucket, each with its own set of features and pricing plans. Congratulations on reaching the end of this beginner's guide to Git. You've learned the fundamental concepts, installation process, and basic commands. Remember, mastering Git takes time and practice. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes, and explore its capabilities. Start using Git for your projects, no matter how small. As you gain experience, you'll discover its true power and flexibility. Git is an invaluable tool for any developer, making code management, collaboration, and version control more efficient and enjoyable. Embrace the world of Git and watch your development skills soar to new heights.